Page 73. Lesson 18. 18th lesson. Adjectives and adverbs. We have already discussed some adjectives and adverbs. Now we are going to talk about them a little bit more in depth. Adjectives describe a noun. Adjectives usually come before nouns. In English, it is unusual speech when an adjective comes after the noun. Any word that describes a noun is an adjective. For example, colors are adjectives. Can you think of an example of an adjective and how to use it? Describe the items above as if you were trying to explain them to someone who only speaks English. Page 74. More opposite adjectives. New, old. Other, another. Great, insignificant. Same, different. Good, bad. Real, fake. Minor, major. Whole, half. Difficult, easy. Full, empty. General, specific. Current, past. Normal, weird. Rich, poor. Political, social. Popular, unpopular. Natural, synthetic. Physical, mental. Public, private. Right, wrong.
Page 75.
Quantity adjectives or quantifiers. Either, all, enough, more or most, less or least, no or none, not any, some, a lot of, lots of, plenty of, loads of, tons of, heaps of, a bunch of, bunches of. Countable, a couple. Few, a few. A number of. Enough. Several. Many. A large number of. A great number of. A majority of. Uncountable. Little. Very little. Not much. A little bit. Enough. Many. A good amount of. A large amount of. A large quantity of. A great deal of. Note: few, very few, mean that there is not enough of something. A few means there is not a lot of something, but there is enough. Note: little, very little mean that there is not enough of something. A little means that there is not a lot of something, but there is enough.
Page 76.
Now write some sentences using as many adjectives as you can.
Page 77.
Adverbs. Adverbs are words that describe how an action, verb, is being performed. We talked about suffixes in the previous chapter, and the suffix for many adverbs is ly, mente in Spanish. If you notice there are many adjectives you can change to adverbs just by adding the suffix ly. Let's review that now and make a list of adverbs that you know. Now let's take a look at another type of adverbs. Frequency adverbs. Frequency. Adverb of frequency. Example sentences. 100%. Always. Every something. I always go to bed before 11 p.m. I go to bed before 11 p.m. every day. 95%. Almost always. Almost every something. I almost always do my homework. I go to bed before 11 p.m. almost every day. 90%. Usually. I usually have cereal for breakfast. 80%. Normally or generally. I normally go to the gym. 70%. Often or frequently. I often surf the internet. 50%. Sometimes. I sometimes forget Valentine's Day. 30%. Occasionally. I occasionally eat junk food. 20%. Seldom. I seldom read the newspaper. 10%. Hardly ever or rarely. I hardly ever drink alcohol. 5%. Almost never. I almost never miss class. 0%. Never. I never swim in the sea.
Page 78. 1,
How often do you drive a car?
2,
How often do you ride the bus?
3,
How often do you drink orange juice?
4,
How often do you take a shower?
5,
How often do you eat pizza?
6,
How often do you travel out of the country?
7,
How often do you exercise?
8,
How often do you read a book?
9,
How often do you ride a bicycle?
10.
How often do you talk on the phone? Another way to express frequency is by using times of day, week, month, year, or any other time frame. Now answer the same questions above by using times a method.
Page 79.
Remember how you can add the suffix ly to an adjective and change it to an adverb? Let's try it with the list of adjectives from before. Then note how similar some are to the Spanish language. Newly, oldly, other, another, greatly, insignificantly, same, differently, goodly, badly, really, fake, minor, majorly, wholly, half, difficult, easily, fully, emptily, generally, specifically, currently, past, normally, weirdly, richly, poorly, politically, socially, popularly, unpopularly, naturally, synthetically, physically, mentally, publicly, privately, rightly, wrongly.
Page 80. Now let's write some sentences using adverbs.